we wait.
Okay.
Yeah, don't let that water run though. Thank you, Nate. You could definitely smell that vanilla. I got vanilla sleepy time tea in my big kitty mug here. Yeah, hot. Haven't had this one for a while, so it's nice to get some tea again. Love the smell of vanilla. Too hot to really drink, so taking little tiny sips. So as I said in my title, I finally got some work done.
What did we title the video?
About my writing, because I did some writing today.
Okay.
Commission story is going really well. As I've said, it's found its way in being connected to my bigger story that I'll be writing. So basically, I think right now it's going to be like a side story. And maybe after I write the first one, I'll, after I write like the first one, work on the second, somewhere in there I can write some like short stories that are kind of like side stories that, are based on some like maybe minor characters, Nate.
Sorry.
Jeez.
You know.
Yeah, originally it wasn't supposed to be that. It was just going to be a paranormal story, which it's still going to be. But, if you're a writer, you know that stories tend to take on a life of their own sometimes.
How many stories have you wrote yet?
A few here and there. Some I haven't finished. A lot I have not finished. We got 5 people now.
We got 5 people?
But I'm a little past 10,000 words for my Jackalope story that I'm writing. The commission story I think is a little over 2,000 words, but I haven't worked on the Jackalope story for a while because I gotta get this commission story done because it is a commission story, I've been paid to do it, and I feel bad that I haven't gotten it done. I've been working on it. It's just that I have an actual, job. And some of the hours, with the kind of job that I have is, kind of all over the place. So you find time to write whenever you can. So I've mainly been trying to focus on that. Okay. I'm not a cat, but if you are, welcome, I guess. Is that German? I only speak English, but I think it is, right? And hello to everyone else.
Well, how many people are in there now?
We have 12 people.
Oh, 12 people?
Yep. So anyways, yeah, like I was saying, I am doing really well on the commission story. I'm liking the, scenes and everything that I'm putting in there. I'm trying to get to the point of showing, not telling. Sometimes it's easier said than done. But, I want to make sure I give a good story.
You want to sugar your tea?
Yeah, you put a little bit in there. How old are you? I'm 36.
Yeah.
Can you say my name?
Yeah.
No, probably not. I can make you a single mother. Dude, you too late. You're way too late.
Sure he is. And my demon child. Can't go in the shower. Don't I?
Sure. Gotta get something to stir this up with now, though. Because it's just gonna float on top here. Nate. We need something to stir it with, because it's just gonna, like, float on top there.
I know.
You definitely voted for Hayden Biden. Joke's on you, I've never voted for anybody. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying. It's going really well. I'm starting to research more for the bigger story because, again, this has become kind of a side story for the bigger story that I'm going to be writing. So I want to get back to researching for my bigger story, which is going to be a YA fantasy. The story that I'm writing, my commission story, is a YA fantasy / paranormal. But I started writing down names from different cultures and everything, with pronunciations for some of them. So there's my list that I have so far. Not a very long one, but those are names that, I'm considering. Doesn't mean I'm going to use all of them, but there's a possibility. Because fantasy books tend to be quite long, both adult and YA, and even sometimes middle grade, because there's a whole thing of world building and everything that you got to do. And, I'm trying to do research that is both proper and respectful and, informative, all that stuff that it should be, of different mythologies and legends and folklores and stuff like that. Names are just names. I use character A if they don't have a name. Well, I mean, that depends on the story. Sometimes names, have a certain meaning to them. They have, a background, a reason why the author used that name. Probably one of the best examples I can think of is The Hunger Games, that has a lot of names that are connected and used to connected things and used for certain reasons. And the same details for small details. Yeah, I mean, I get your point, but I guess it really depends on the story you're writing, and does the name serve a purpose? I mean, some names do serve a purpose, and some names are just kind of, they make sense for where the person lives or something like that, or the popularity of the time. So, I mean, I guess, like I said, it really depends on what you're writing.
What's the fork I gave you?
Right here.
Oh, can it to me, please? Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome, Nate. Okay, let me see my messages here real quick. You're totally part of the Flower Power Brigade. Not sure what that is. No one named Joe here, that's for sure. But before I even really start working on that, I want to finish my Jackalope story, which is, like I said, a little over 10,000 words. I don't plan on making it very long. I'm like starting this series like this Goosebumps-esque, not totally like that, but you know, like length, that kind of thing. It's more like gonna be like a horror series for adults. And originally I wanted it to be more of an anthology kind of thing with characters sometimes coming back and everything, but I feel the way I've ended up writing the first book, it still can kind of go that way, but a lot of the books will be like more connected than I thought they were going to. It's probably going to be a continuing thing. But there's probably going to be some that you could read by itself without it like being confusing. But I haven't gotten to those yet because I'm still writing the first one. So we'll see. We'll see how right I am or how wrong I am. Hi to everyone else that's come in. Yeah, we definitely support the LGBTQ plus here.
No,
This tea is really good. I
in it.
haven't had this one.
What you say that? What you say?
I said the tea is really good.
The other thing.
That we support it.
I mean, like the gays.
Yep.
I'm in that LPT, right? I said.
Yes, you are.
We stuff you bring out a whole man.
Isn't it so cute? Got it at like this barn sale. But yeah, that's what's going on with the writing right now. So to give you kind of a clue about its length, it could be anywhere from like 90 something to like 100 and something pages. Again, it's gonna be very small. And I always publish on like KDP, which is Amazon, Lulu, and like Ko-fi, so it's not going to be very expensive when I do finish it. I always try to make my books as cheap as possible where I still can get paid. So ebooks are always like $1 or 99 cents depending on the platform, and that's the lowest I can go. Like literally, I think that they don't let you go any lower than that for ebooks. And for like each ebook that I sell, which has not been many because I've only written like poetry and short stories, I get like 35 cents royalties after they make the book and everything, or put it out there and stuff. So but it is what it is. I'm just happy that anybody's going to be reading my stuff, so I'm not going to complain. Books are going to be like, the physical books are going to be a little bit more expensive, but again, I try to make them as affordable as possible because they haven't been like very big. Now when I finish my fantasy story, and if I can make it at least close to 300 pages, that's probably going to be a little bit more because there's a lot more time and effort put into that one. I used to have a cat till we gave her to my pops. Aw. Yeah. It's funny because I have an all-white cat, which, if anybody is following the channel at all, I did my Q&A, and I showed the 2 cats in that. So if you're interested in seeing the cats, yeah, they're on that video. Be right back, guys.
Barry, what are you doing?
Scoot over for a second. Right, and you have a good day too. Haven't had tea for a while, but just been like downing coffee and pop and everything, trying to stay awake. So it's kind of ridiculous because sometimes I'll get like less than 30 hours in work, and then this last week I got 45. So it's like, you know, what the hell. Sometimes it's a good check, sometimes it's not. Excuse me, guys. Me and Nate, we just finished the last episode of season 3 of Chucky. I think they're supposed to make season 4. Because I don't think that it can end that way, right? And I got so much shows to catch up on. But I'm probably gonna go back to watching American Horror Story now that I'm done with Chucky. I gotta go watch Hotel. Because I originally was watching them in order, and then I lost Hulu. And then I started getting them from the library. So I've seen, and this is going back like 10 years to like now. Eventually I'll probably rewatch some of them because it's been a while. But I've seen, Murder House and Asylum and Coven and Freak Show. So those 4, like in order. Then I've seen Apocalypse and Cult. So I've seen 6 seasons. So I'm going to try and go back and watch it, in order again. Because I think the next one after Freak Show is supposed to be Hotel. And then I think it was like Apocalypse or something like that, or at least close to it. So far, I think my favorites have been Coven and Cult. I really like Cult because it was very realistic. There was nothing like supernatural in it, except for like an hallucination type thing. But yeah, other than that, it was more grounded in reality. Stop. Eventually I'll go back to watching Once Upon a Time. I may just have to go and restart season 2 for that one. I'm pretty sure it's on season 2, but it's been like years now since I've watched that one. But I definitely do want to finish it, especially since I like fairy tale retellings, or I'm getting more into them. Because I am getting more into the Twisted Tales.
How many people
So
have there?
we got one person right now.
One now. I thought we have like 13.
Nope. So I was listening to Reflection and On Birthday, which I still am. They're on my Libby app. And I want to try and read most of those and then move on to the villain series, which I believe the villain series is written all by one person, whereas the Twisted Tales are written by different people. I noticed there are some authors that write more of them than some other ones, but it still is, a mix of different authors where I believe like I said, the villain one is written all by, can't think of her name. I think it's Sierra Valentino. Pretty sure the last name is Valentino. Or maybe it's Serena Valentino. I think that's what it is. Yeah. I would love to do my own, like, book of fairy tale retellings, but I just have so many writing projects going on right now. I've gotten to the point where I have to make myself focus on one versus the other. Because I'll never get them done if I don't. So what's going on with everybody? What are you reading and watching and whatnot? I only watched one movie this month, mainly because we've been watching Chucky. So I wanted to catch up on some shows. Normally I try to watch at least 2 movies a month, but it just didn't happen. But we watched one. We watched Tiro, which eventually I'll put on the second channel for, a review. I liked it. I thought it was pretty entertaining. I know as I've become more, like, critical of things. Like, before I might just, like something. And sometimes I still do. There's nothing wrong with just liking something, but I'm paying attention to a lot more details in both books and movies now. Or at least over the last few years. Because there are some movies where I get the appeal. I get why some people would like them and everything. But it's just, sometimes it feels like they could be more. And I don't have to be, or there could be more to it. And I don't have to be, like, overtly nice and just give everything a 5-star. But not having a 5-star doesn't mean that you hated it. It just means that you thought there could have been improvements, right? Like, you could enjoy a 3-star book or movie or whatever. You can enjoy something that you think is incredibly stupid. And you're just entertained by it. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I like a lot of serious stuff, right? Like, a lot of the books I read tend to have a lot of heavy subject matter in them. But sometimes it's nice to read just, like, Garfield or something. Or I love a middle grade graphic novel called Phoebe and Her Unicorn. And it's not to say that none of those can't have anything, to teach, but they're more lighthearted. So, yeah. But, I'm just not giving everything a raving review. Like, I might have been a little bit more generous with things, like, a few years ago. But it's like, I don't have to be. Like, I didn't think they were bad movies, per se. But I wasn't super crazy, and I thought there could have been a little bit more to Hereditary and the Barbie movie. I liked them both. They were both entertaining. But there were just certain aspects that I wasn't super crazy about. Hereditary, I want to watch again. I also just didn't really get too much into Talk to Me. I felt there wasn't like really any build up before everything started. Nothing was set, it just kind of happened. But again, I didn't hate them. I definitely like Talk to Me and Hereditary way better than Cobweb. Sorry, but that movie just was not believable in the slightest. Sorry, more big gulp than I thought I was gonna take. Everybody seems to be going to bed. I probably should be going to bed pretty soon, too. Trying to figure out what to put on the channel. Definitely be doing more reviews. But it just seems like, I don't know, YouTube definitely favors the bigger booktubers and stuff. And it's almost like you can't have anything else but books or like just one subject kind of thing. And I don't want to do that. Like, I, to some degree, consider myself a booktuber, yes, because books dominate what I talk about on my channel. But I also want to talk about other things. I want to just do random vlogs. And I don't want to have 5 or 6 channels just for that. I know I have the second channel, but that's, like me and Nate and some other people that join in sometimes. It's kind of like a group effort kind of thing. It's a fun little side project. But when it comes to like just my main channel, I don't want to have a separate one if I want to do a review on a song that I like, or talk about my favorite book characters, or like I said, vlogs. I don't want to make a separate vlog channel. But it's just like, the views. And I know people that watch me have seen them because they've commented and everything, but it's like just YouTube itself. Yeah, you definitely have to know how to work it and everything to get those views and everything, because I know they suppress videos, or they just, yeah, they're mean to the little creators. But let's see, what time is it? It's getting late. Yeah, I'll continue to do my book reviews and everything. Because I know there's going to be some people that like the same books and everything. And I'm reading all different kinds of books, middle grade, adult, YA, graphic novels, audiobooks, etc., So there's going to be something for everyone. It's just I gotta, I guess put in the right tags and everything, so I have people to communicate with about these books. It's kind of funny because sometimes I'll get comments on videos that are like at the beginning, that I made at the beginning of my channel, and that was like in 2012. Sometimes it's to like argue certain points with me, but views are views, I guess, right? But yeah, think I'm gonna end this pretty soon. Because we're going on 30 minutes. I feel everybody's going to bed now.
You want to do live?
Oh, nobody's on. So, yeah, let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. And thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.
I mean,